Hey, good morning, everybody. Terrell C.W. Lynch, Mr. I am the possible. You are what's possible. I want to welcome you guys into today's broadcast. I help people. I help people to see what they. Okay, it's a little heavy. Today we're going to be talking about lightening your load. Okay, guys. Okay, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Let me lighten up my load a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, trust me. I'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, good people? Terrell C.W. Lynch. I am the possible. You are the possible. You are what's possible. And today, this is the So What broadcast. Seeing our what is seeing our worth. I want to welcome you guys into the broadcast, whether you're live or on the replay. As I always say, your presence is the greatest present that you guys could ever give me. So thank you for rocking with me. If you're live, drop me a hashtag live. If you're on the replay, drop me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you're in the building. Let me know that you're rocking with me early in the AM on this amazing Saturday morning. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. It was on purpose. I am a little sweaty. I am a little tired. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Lightening your load. Today's topic, lighten your load. I don't know if you can relate, man, but many times in my life, and we're going to be talking about that today, demand too much of myself, right? Not demanding more of other people. It's not that other people are demanding so much of me, but I'm dealing with this thing that I wrote about in my new book, and I'm going to be sharing snippets and excerpts from my new book, What is Enough? I wrote that book, and many people ask me, why the little ant, why the little stone? Because so many times, guys, we are caught up in what I like to call the obligation overload, and we can be just like this little ant right here, right? Known to grind, known to work hard, known to hustle. But sometimes, just sometimes, we can take on far too much in our lives. I know I'm guilty of it. And I just believe by faith that there are other people out there who are also guilty of it and are finding themselves at a place, possibly even in this season, even today, in a place where you are overloaded. So today I want to talk to you guys about lightening your load. I began this broadcast carrying this weight, right? It was just an illustration. Hope it made sense. Hope you enjoyed it. But many times, just like I'm doing this broadcast, many times we are carrying a load, a weight, right? An obligation overload in our lives. And we're going about our day carrying too much weight, not weight that other people put on us, but weight that we actually put on ourselves. Guys, in my new book, I introduced this concept called deflation, right? And this concept is, and actually, let me just get to it, man. Let me share my screen really quick, just to let you guys know exactly what it is that I am talking about. Deflation, that's it right there, man. Deflation is a belief and a behavior. It is a system. It is a source, right? Like I always tell you guys, man, we are all hardwired for a sense of significance. We're all hardwired for a sense of significance. It's just in our DNA. God created us that way. We're supposed to have a sense of our significance. We're supposed to have a place in this world. We're supposed to be able to see our position and our place and our prominence in this world. It's not a bad thing, but the challenge is oftentimes we are looking to the wrong sources and we're setting up systems that are going to fail us eventually. And I want to dive more into that today. So deflation, the belief is that we must first do enough before we can be enough. The behavior is any effort, like I was carrying that weight, any effort, man, the struggle, man, right, that we exert to become enough. Where? Not in her mind, not in his mind. No, where it matters most, in our own minds, y'all. We are trying to be enough in our own minds. We're trying to add up to be enough. We're trying to sum up ourselves to be enough. We're trying to measure up to some standard, and we are going to be diving into that today. Some standard that we've set up or we've adopted or we've adapted from this world. So let me just dive right into it, guys. Let me just dive right into it. Let me scroll down in the book here. Let me just read this, and then we can really dive into this thing, guys. Deflation stresses our soul. Are you at a place right now where you feel stressed out? Stressed out. Not because of COVID-19, not because of Black Lives Matter and the tragedies that we're seeing in the streets, not because mama and them and daddy and them said this or that, not because of the externals, not because of what other people are doing in our lives, but are you feeling stressed out? Because this morning I'm speaking to those who are suffering with this thing called deflation. It is this demand. It is this stress. It is this pressure. It is a obligation overload. You are looking for a sense. You are seeking a sense of your significance and the system that you have set up in your life. And I'm guilty of it, so I can talk about it. I'm guilty of it, so I can talk about it. Okay. You're setting up these systems so that if I do this, then that's going to mean that I'm enough. If I do this, that means that I'm important. If I do this, that means that I'm special. If I do this, that means that I'm significant. If I do this, that means that I'm powerful. If I do this, then that means that I'm somebody. And we all want to be somebody in this world. And the fact is that we're already somebody, but we're trying to earn it. Like I tell people, listen, guys, your significance, listen to me. Your significance is not earned. It's learned. It's learned. Your significance is not something that you earn through your efforts. No. It's something that you learn. You discover it. The greatest form of self-development is self-discovery. That's my philosophy. That's my story, and I'm sticking by it. Okay, so let's dive into the book this morning, guys. Deflation stresses the soul. Many people are stressing themselves with what I call obligation overload. These aren't things that we have to do. That's key. These are not things that you have to do. They're things that we believe. Is a belief system. It's a thought process that we must do. We think that we got to do these things in order to be enough. We got to do these things in order to stand out. We got to do these things in order to be important in the world, guys. Too many obligations mean too much load, and too much load means too much stress. I opened up this broadcast carrying that big old dumbbell. Imagine if I tried to continue to broadcast and carry that dumbbell. Can you imagine how stressful that would be? Stress on my biceps, stress on my forearm, stress on my shoulder, stress on my neck, stress on my my cardiovascular system, stress on everything, right? It might even stress you out by just watching me. Like, what in the world is this guy doing, right? Imagine if I was trying to carry that weight the entire broadcast. Well, the truth of the matter is many of us are going through life in the same way. We have a load. It's just unseen. It's these demands, these internal pressures, these internal demands. If you can relate, drop me a hashtag relate. I can't see the screen right now. I'm on the other screen right now, but drop me a hashtag relate. If you can relate, let me know that I'm talking to somebody. In just a moment, I'm going to pause and give some shout outs and some salutes and say what's up to some of you guys, man. Drop me a hashtag live. Drop me a hashtag replay. Drop me a hashtag I can relate. Drop me a hashtag something to let me know that you're in the building, because I want to rock with you and I want to call you out and show you some love and some appreciation this morning. So back to the program. Okay, the stressed soul is a soul weakened. It's weakened. Your soul, your center, it's weakened by the emotional overload of, get this, guys, self-imposed. You're self-imposing these things. These things are self-imposed. They're not what your boss said. It's not what your mama and them said. It's not what your wife or your husband said. It's not what your kids say. It is a story that you're telling yourself. It's a story that you're telling yourself. These are self-imposed deadlines and demands that are too much for us to continue to carry. Just like I had that weight earlier on. If I'm going to do a 40-minute broadcast like I do on Saturday mornings, like right now, it's too much to carry. I'm going to be sweating more than I already am. I'm already hot and sweaty because I was carrying it earlier, right? Imagine if I tried to continue to carry it. Are you starting to connect the dots, guys? We're trying to build businesses. We're trying to start ministries. We're trying to raise families. We're trying to get a new job. We're trying to finish college. We're trying to, lose weight. We're trying to achieve a goal, a dream, an ambition. We're trying to feed our families. We're trying to raise our kids. Like, we're trying to do things, and none of those things are bad. None of those things are wrong. Balling, grinding, hustling. Guys, listen to me. This is not an anti-work message. This is not an anti-grind message. This is not an anti-get-it-in message. None of those things are bad or negative. This is a message that says there is a possibility that I'm talking to you this morning. Those who internally, right, in the heart, in the mind, you're putting too much weight on yourself. You're putting too much stress on yourself. You are creating standards, and you're creating walls, and you're creating hurdles that are just too much. You're emotionally exhausted. You are emotionally exhausted. You are fatigued emotionally. And I'm just here to show you what you may be facing, what you may be doing, and the fact that you ain't got to continue, guys. I created this Saturday morning broadcast as a space to allow God to speak through me, to use me, to be able to conversate with you guys, to chop it up. You don't have to continue. You don't have to continue. Somebody drop me a hashtag, I'm there. If you're there, let me know that you're there. I know we're on Facebook, we're on live, we're on social media. Sometimes we don't want to air our dirty laundry. Actually, some people ain't got a problem with that, but some of us, we're a little secret. We don't want to. I get it. But just drop me a hashtag, something to let me know that I'm on the right track. Drop me a hashtag, something just to let me know that I'm on your street. Okay, you ain't got to let me know exactly what's going on. I feel you. I get it. But just let me know, yeah, man, you talking to me. Yeah, you're kind of there. You're creeping up on my street this morning. All right. Okay, let's continue, guys. So it's hard to keep up at this pace. What was once a pleasure has now become a pain. In the rat race, we all will crash and burn at some point. It's inevitable. We can exert only so much effort before we're empty, right? Earlier this week, I was talking about that, coming out of your own strength, working in your own strength, right? Trying to grind it in your own strength, trying to minister out of your own strength, trying to build that thing out of your own strength. You only got so much in the tank. And depending on the source in which you're drawing your energy, depending on the source in which you're drawing your sense of significance, that well is going to run dry unless, and we're going to get to that in just a moment, guys, unless you're drawing it from the source that never runs dry. Whew, the well that never runs dry. Always got water, always got nourishment, always got always available to replenish you, to renew you, to refresh you, right? It just depends on the source in which you're seeking for your sense of significance. That's a lot of S's this morning. All right, let's get into it. Isn't it ironic that the very things that we're doing to accumulate everything we believe we need are literally draining us of everything we already have? Guys, let me stop sharing and let me get back to the broadcast. Let me click on this thing over here. Cool. Guys, deflation is demand. Everything that I just read, deflation is a demand. It's a demand that we put on ourselves, and it's just too much. You don't deserve that type of demand. We took it on. We had no business taking it on, and we continue to carry it. We continue to hustle and grind and bustle, and we go and we go and we go, and we're running out of steam. I don't know if that's where you are this morning. Are you running out of steam? Are you starting to feel like, yo, my feet getting tired, man? My legs are getting tired. This is starting to be a little bit too much, right? Is that where you are this morning? Listen, I want to pause for the calls. Let me take that off the screen. Let me say what up to some of these people before we get into what the word of God says and some of these action steps that we can begin to take to get this monkey off our back, to get this load up off of us. Today, again, guys, today's topic, guys, if you're just now joining, today's topic is lighten up your load. This is one of those things. Before I get into the comments, this is one of those things where the world will shame you. Let me just say that, man. Let me just be 100. The world will shame you. You take a day off. Matter of fact, I got a song that's on my phone. The title of the song is No Days Off. I get what he's saying. I ain't mad at him, right? But this world will perpetuate a message that says, dude, if you rest, if you pause, if you take a day off, if you give yourself permission to rest, if you give yourself permission to take your foot off the pedal, then you don't really want it. You ain't serious. You ain't really trying to do that. You don't have the heart for that. You'll never, you'll never accomplish your goals. You'll never accomplish your dreams. This world will make you feel like if you take a day off, if you lighten up your load, then you ain't balling. You ain't grinding. You ain't serious. Ain't that the message that we perpetuate? That's why every motivational video is always saying the same message. If you listen close enough, the same message is work harder, grind harder, do more. It's always saying do more. Well, I'm not going to tell you do more. I'm going to tell you do what you need to do what you're supposed to do, be responsible, take care of your business, own it. But in here, get some rest. It's time to rest. I know it ain't popular. Nobody want to talk about that. We want to grind. We want to ball. We want to get after it. We want to beast mode. We want to get it. We want to put the little fire emojis. We want to do it hard. We want to go hard. We want to ball. We want to push. We want to grind. I get it. But I know there's a nation of y'all out there that's tired in the mug. You tired in the mug, man. Why? Because I was. I'm talking to me. I'm ministering to me. I was tired, stressed, fatigued because I'm doing everything in my own power. I'm working in my own power. I'm grinding in my own power to get something that I already got. You already got significance. Why are you working for it? You already important. Why are you working for it? I know why. Because in my own life, I didn't know it. I hadn't discovered it. I didn't see it. I hadn't perceived it. You feel me? So that's why I'm on this mission. That's why I do what I do. That's why I say what I say. That's why I come on here time after time, speaking the same message, saying the same things, because you got to keep hearing it. You got to keep hearing it. You're enough. You're enough. You're enough. Why? Well, we're going to get to why. And we're going to get to some of the things that we need to do to have this infrastructure in our lives to protect us from the pressures of this world, because the world will tell you what's the solution to your problems. Work harder. What's the solution? Carry more. What's the solution? Do more. What's the solution? Go harder. Run faster. Grind. You got competition, don't you? You got competition, don't you? Who's going to outbeat you? Aren't they going to get to the finish line first? See all this junk that clutters our minds? You guys can relate. Business, ministry, whatever, man. We trying to keep up with the Joneses. We trying to keep up with ain't no Joneses. You are your own Jones, man. God put you in this world for your lane. You have your own lane. Stay out of other people's lane. I was just talking to my pops the other day, and we were just talking, hey, staying in our own lane. Get out of other people's lane. Them lanes ain't for you. If the Joneses are running on beside you, that's their lane. And there is no competition. I got a globe behind me, guys. That world, look at that. This world is abundant. I'm just doing some side notes, man. Right? Because I open up this space for the Lord just to say whatever he wants to say through me. I'm his vessel. I'm his channel. Oh, God, just say whatever you want me to say. Right? Because there are some ears that need to hear. I know there's some people listening, some people watching. Say what you need to say through me. Oh, God. Guys, this world is abundant. Look at that globe, man. Abundant resources, abundant wisdom, abundant opportunities, abundant blessings, abundant favor, abundant whatever. Put it in your own context. You name it, you frame it. There is an abundance of it. There is no competition. That's a lie. The competition is an illusion. Who can compete with you? There's only one of you. You have your own purpose, your own reason. Who can compete with you? There is no competition. You're in a category of one. How can someone compete with me? No one can have this. You feel me? You can have the philosophy, right? You can have the philosophy. You can adopt these principles. You can adopt this mindset, right? But I'm saying in terms of the thing that God gave you, the vision, the lane in which he put you in, there is no competition, guys. So someone needed to hear that. Somebody drop me a hashtag, no competition. You ain't got none because you in a category all by yourself. Let me say what up to some of these good people. Nick is in the building. Oh, Nick, what's going on, my brother? Good morning to you, my man. Nick says, set it down, brother. You can always pick it back. That's right. Set it down. You can always pick it back up. Nick says, we are the possible. Yes, you are, Nick. We are, baby. We are in the building this morning. Oh, let me say this word. Let me say this name. Vitkis. That's how I'm saying it. Vikas, if I am not saying your name correctly, please correct me. Drop me a hashtag, maybe break it down to how I can pronounce it better. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate you for rocking with me this morning, brother. Thank you so much for jumping on with me. Sherry says live in the building, or I'm sorry, Cherie says live in the building. Nick says, congratulations on the new book launch. What is enough? What to do? Yes, Nick is in the building. Yes, man. Deflation is demand. Do and be too much, man. David says good morning. Good morning to you, my brother. Salute to you, man. Thanks for joining me. Nick says in our own minds, got to watch our BS baby belief and belief systems. Oh, that's dope. I like that. Watch your BS. Yes, your belief systems and behavior systems. Awesome. Nick says self-discovery. Absolutely. Cherie says relate. Thank you for saying that you relate. Somebody relates with a brother this morning. I feel you. I know. Oh, I know. Lawana says 100, keeping it 100. Thank you for joining, my sister. I appreciate you. Oh, Sabrina is in the building. Good morning to you. What's going on, good people? Lawanda says grind culture is overrated. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can you put that again? LaWanda, if you still with me, can you drop that one more time? Oh my goodness. Overrated. We need to stop this. And we got so many people just jumping on the bandwagon because it's popular, it's what's hot. And in their secret place, they wore out, right? They are wore out, right? They are not. We grinding, but we are being grounded, right? Like some pepper, right? Like a pepper grinder, right? We being grounded up and chewed up. But anyway, I can go down that whole tangent, man. So thank you for dropping that. Luana says no competition. There is none. JP says there is no competition. There is none, guys. JP, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate you. There is no competition, guys. You are in a category of one. Luana, thank you so much. Grind culture is overrated, guys. Is overrated. It is high time for some people. Exactly. Yes, LaWanda says exactly. It's time, guys. LaWanda, I appreciate you being real like that, because a lot of cats, we're not willing to go against the grain, right? My mentor talks about this idea of swimming upstream. Many of us are terrified to swim upstream, because when you swim upstream, that means that the majority is swimming down. But maybe God called you to swim up. Like maybe your path is this way. And I know that the crowd and the majority is going this way, guys, but maybe God said go that way. JP know what I'm talking about. You guys got a goal, a dream, an ambition. It's going to cause you. It's going to call you. And this is another side note. I'm just feeling led to say it. It's going to call you to do something that's going to challenge this concept of conformity. This world, this culture, we are built on conformity. Either get in line, toe the line, or there's going to be some repercussions for you. I don't know if any of you guys watch the NFL, but you guys know the drama that we went through with the NFL about kneeling and taking the knee and toe the line and national anthem and all this other stuff. I'm not going to go down that path, but it was just an example of if you don't toe the line, if you don't get in line, if you don't do what the heck we say do, then there's going to be repercussions. And in the same way, we got this grind culture. We got this bandwagon culture that says if you don't do it like the majority, if you don't do it like everybody else is doing it, there's going to be repercussions for you. Now, then that might not be someone taking your money literally or doing something to you literally, but it is this internal, and that's what we're dealing with. There's this internal self-imposed demand that's like you're under this pressure. You're like fearful, man. If I don't go that way, if I don't do it like them, then maybe I don't got it right, or maybe I'll never make it. I hope you guys hear what I'm saying this morning. I hope you guys hear what I'm saying. LaWanda says, only the strong swim upstream. Absolutely. That's real. That's real. Only the strong. Guys, that's ministering to me right there. If you want to be strong, if you really want to be strong, if you really want to display your strength, we got to start swimming upstream. Let me get back to the program. Thank you so much, LaWanda, for dropping these nuggets this morning, dropping these nuggets, co-hosting with me this morning, dropping that wisdom. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Listen, guys, let me get to them passages, man. Let me get to them scriptures, man. Well, we actually only got one this morning. Jesus says this here. In this world of hustle and bustle and grind and go, stop, no stopping and going and wearing yourself out, and you're trying to see your significance and you're trying to hustle for it. This is what Jesus says. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened. That's that load. That's that weight. That's that pressure. When we say burden, that weary, that weak, that's what he's saying. Now, in this context, he's talking to the religious leaders. He's talking about those who are so religiously rigid that they've lost all touch with relationship. It's all about that rigidness. It's all about the appearance. Don't we get caught up in that trap? Do I appear to be a grinder? Do I appear to be hustling? Do I appear to be getting it in every day? Do I appear? Does the world have to see me get it in? I got to post my pictures. I got to post. I got to show. I have to display, because I want the world to see that I'm about mine, that I'm holding the line, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And through that, I'm getting little senses, little nuggets of my significance. Well, guys, that's not enough to sustain you, right? I'm talking about a source that will sustain, right? Those are hit and miss. Those are every once in a while. We're going to be talking about getting to a source that will sustain your sense of significance. So Jesus is saying here, man, come to me. If that's you, if you find yourself wore out, if you find yourself burdened, if you find yourself tired in a mug right now, if you find yourself emotionally exhausted, he's saying, come to me. I'll give you rest. Rest in your soul, man. Rest in your soul. Rest in your mind. Rest in your heart, right? Like my mentor teaches me, get under with God, man. I always teach you guys, get to God before the world gets to you. That's why I preach, man. Early morning prayer, EMP, get to God, man. Get to God before this world gets to you, because this world ain't got nothing for you but drama. This world ain't got nothing for you. We have come to contribute to the world, right? To contribute to the world. You were created to not simply make a contribution. You were created to be a contribution to the betterment of our society. You came on mission. You were created on mission, sent on mission, made on mission. You are a contributor to society, right? So get it in with your creator, get it in with him before this world gets to you. He says, take on my yoke and learn from me, for I am gentle, I am humble in my heart, and you will find rest for your soul. If you are looking for rest, if you can relate, if you feeling me this morning, if you're tired, if you are emotionally exhausted, if you are struggling, you are at the edge of the edge, you are pulling your hair out, you are stressed, you are tired. Maybe you ain't telling nobody, maybe no one knows about it, maybe you ain't hooked up with a counselor, you ain't hooked up with a psych, you just in your own private place, you're struggling, you're tired. Then I'm showing up this morning to say, I feel you, I hear you, I see you. And Jesus is saying, come on in. Come on in. Guys, drop me a hashtag. I am living lighter. I am living lighter. By just the fact that Jesus is available, the fact that God is available, the fact that your creator is available. I want you to confess this. I've been on this whole thing about confessing what we desire to create. Confess what you desire to create. I'm gonna have to put that into my own little pocketbook. That's gonna be a part of my philosophy. I'm just gonna put that on in there and make that one of my staples, because it does something for me. Confess what you want to create. Guys, I don't know if you're living lighter. I don't know if you live light right now. I don't know if you're carrying a weight or burden, or if I'm just entertaining you this morning. I don't know if I'm speaking to you directly, if you're live, or maybe somebody that's gonna catch me on the replay. If I'm talking directly to you, I want you to begin to confess what you want to create. You want to live a lighter life. You want to live a lighter life. Now, we say things such as life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Well, if we really believe that, I'm not going to run a marathon with a ruck pack with a you ever see like those military guys, Navy SEALs, you know, they've got, and I actually got one, but it's loaded up with weights and you put it on and it adds like another 50, 60 pounds to you. If you're running a marathon, you're not going to run with that. This load, this obligation overload that we're talking about, you're not going to run with that. See how we say things and we kind of contradict ourselves. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Okay, well, why are you running with so much weight? If life is a marathon, why are you running with so much weight? It's time to lighten up, guys. Hashtag I am living lighter. How are you going to begin to live lighter? We're going to talk about that in just a second. But I want you to drop that hashtag. I am living lighter, guys. I am living lighter. I am living lighter. Confess, confess, confess. Confess what you want to create. Okay? Confess what you want to create, guys. If you want to live lighter, that means living, that means running through life light as a feather. That means that, like I talked about yesterday, you're able to forgive yourself, so you're not running with the pressures of unforgiveness. It means that you are not deflated. That means that you're not demanding of yourself more than you need to, right? You're not putting all these additional obligations on your life. It means that you feel that you are enough just as you are, right? It means that you are working from your worth and not for your worth, right? That's living lighter. If you're interested in that, if you're interested in that type of life, that type of reality, start by confessing. I am living lighter. I am living a lighter life, guys. I want to see you living a lighter life. I love you, man. I love you with the love of the Lord, man. I love you with the love of the Lord. I want to see you living a lighter life, and I want to live one. It's a daily decision. We have to decide it every single day. I want to live one, and I want you guys to live one as well. Let me take another pause before I get into this CTA this morning and say what up to a few more people. My man, Mike Wilson, is in the building. My man, Mr. Wilson, what's going on, my brother? Good morning to you, man. You get me excited. I see your name. I see you. That's a brother of integrity, character. My goodness. Mike, what's going on with you, brother? Good morning, man. Good Saturday to you, man. My man says, I'm living lighter. LaWanda says, I am living lighter. Yes, JP in the building again. My man, JP, holding on with me this morning. That's a busy man. That's my mentor right there. That is my financial mentor, man. That brother got me financially right, guys. When I moved out here with my wife 23 years ago, man, oh my goodness, man. We didn't know what the heck we was doing. Oh my goodness, man. We financially, listen, that man got us right. I got testimonies. My man JP, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. That is my main man. And Natalie is in the building. NL, Sister Lucas in the building. She says, I am living lighter as well. Thank you so much for rocking. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, we're living lighter this morning. We're living lighter, guys. We're living lighter. What is the CTA? What is the CTA? There it is right there. Seek a new source. That's it. That's it. Seek a new source. If you want to live lighter, if you want to get this deflation junk up off of you, right? If you want to stop demanding so much of yourself, the call to action is to seek a new source. How do you do that? Rest before you rush. Rest before you rush. Somebody give me a hashtag, rest before you rush. What do I mean? We're in this rush. We're in this microwave. We're in this, I said it one time on the podcast. Our culture conditions us to run before we learn to walk. We're conditioned to run before we learn to walk, guys. The grind, the hustle, the get it, the more, do more, work harder, right? Earn your way, earn your, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. What do they say? If it's going to be, then it's up to me. Man, that's a devastating statement, dude. That's a devastating statement. If it's going to be, then it's up to me. Ain't nobody, it ain't never been up to no one person. And self-made is a lie. That's another one. Self-made, ain't nobody self-made. Number one, you didn't create yourself. And number two, there's nothing that you can accomplish without the assistance of another person. Period. End of story. I don't hear nothing about no self-made. There is no self-made. How can you say that? Again, you didn't create yourself. So you literally didn't make yourself. And if it's in the context of success, there's nothing that you can accomplish without the assistance of another. There is nothing that you can accomplish without the assistance of another. I don't care what it is. Even if you dug a ditch by yourself, somebody made the shovel. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No self-made. I'm so freaking tired of the junk that this world clutters our minds with and deceives us with. I'm about to sound the horn. I'm gonna come by and just speak on it. You want to listen? Awesome. You don't, turn me off, but I'm gonna speak this thing. I'm tired of what this culture is doing to people. Got us all tangled up, man. Got us all wrapped up with these old crazy cliches and these old crazy quotes and these old crazy philosophies that do nothing but drain and deflate. I'm fed up with it, so I'm gonna speak out. So this is my contribution to society. All right, let's get this thing, man. Let's get this thing. Number one, realize this, guys. Realize this. Source number one, which is your system. Remember, earlier on, we talked about you setting up your systems, right? You setting up your systems. When you set up your system of significance becomes a source. You're trying to get a sense of your significance through your system that you've set up. These demands, these deadlines, these hurdles, these pressures. So your system says, or your source says, you haven't done enough. That's what it's saying to you. That's what it's saying to you. Everything speaks. Everything's not audible, but everything speaks. Your system is telling you you haven't done enough. JP, yeah, you wrote that script, but you ain't made the movie yet. You wrote the script, but you ain't made the movie yet. Oh, you made the movie? Okay, but you didn't do this yet. You didn't do that yet, right? Natalie, you did that, but you didn't do that yet. Yeah, I know you accomplished that. Yeah, that's cool, but you haven't done this yet. Mike, yeah, man, you raised your kids. Yeah, man, you did this, you did that. You take care of your business. You're doing the youth ministry. Yeah, but bro, you ain't did this yet. You haven't done that yet. See, it's always something more. It's always something more. And I'm just saying, I'm tired of it for you because I'm tired of it in my own life. There's always something more. That source always demands more. There's nothing wrong with hustling, grinding. For those of you who are just now joining, this is not an anti-work message. This is not an anti-grind message. This is not an anti-hustle message. Hustle, grind, work hard, do whatever you got to do. Take care of your business. But that internal work, that internal pressure, that internal demand and deadline, that's what's draining you. That's what's deflating you. And that's what I came to talk about and to address. That's the problem in the world that I'm solving. Right? We always want to talk about what's the problem that you're solving. That's the problem I'm solving. That's what I feel drawn to. That's what I'm attracted to like a magnet. I want to jump on deflation's neck, right? And instead of it choking you out, I want to choke it out by exposing it and letting you guys know what's really going on. Number two, man, realize that the source will say this: I've already done everything. Your source, your system, it will always whisper in your ear, you haven't done enough. When you switch up, because again, what's the CTA? Seek a new source. It's either your system. Let me make it as plain as day. It's either your system that you set up, or it's the source, God Almighty, the source, your creator. Source number one, yours, you haven't done enough and you never will. As soon as you do one thing, it's just going to be one more thing. As soon as you take one more step, it's going to be two more steps to take. The source says, I've already, past tense, done, solidified, in the box, in the mail, done. It's a wrap. Ain't nothing else to do. I've already done everything that's going to give you your significance, because that's what we're seeking. That's what we're after. The world wants to feel significant. And we're all going about it in different ways. We all want to be significant, and we're all going about it in just different ways. Well, your source says, hey, I've already taken care of that. When I thought of you, when I created you, when I formed you, when I blew the breath of life into your lungs and you became a living being, when I formed you in my mind as a concept, when I spoke you as a word and you manifested, bam, baby, already done. It's in your DNA, baby. It's woven in. It's a wrap for you. You already good. Didn't Genesis say? Look at the bottom of Genesis. I forgot what the number is. Genesis 1, 30, 31, some. Just go to the bottom. God looked over everything that he had made, including you, and it was good. It was good. The word good translated here, perfect, excellent, enough, sufficient. That's what you are. That's what you are. That's what you are. But you have to seek this source to get that though. Because if you're seeking your source is always going to tell you, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, and, you know, yeah, you went to college, you know, you got your degree. Yeah, that's cool. But you got to do more. You got to go back. You got to get more degrees. Yeah, you got a nice job. Yeah, that's cool. But you're not the CEO yet. Yeah, you built a nice business. You're doing good for yourself, but nah, you ain't did enough yet. Yeah, you've raised your kids successfully. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But you ain't did enough yet. Yeah, you lost 20 pounds. Yeah, but you know, you can still take off a few more. It's always more, guys. It's always more. Guys, I pray that this communication this morning, that this message this morning, guys, has added value, has meant something to you, has done something for you, right? I'm going to always end off, guys. I'm going to always end off with my workbook. But before I go to my workbook, let me share my screen one last time, because I had one more section that I wanted to share with you guys from the book. And I don't mean to end on a down note. And you know what? This isn't a down note. I just want to expose this thing. I want to put this thing on Front Street. So let me give you a little bit more insight. If you've never read my book, you've never purchased my book, What is Enough? There's this chapter here, chapter 4, the 5 faces of deflation. This monster, this problem has a face. And the first one is self-disappointment. Look here. If it's going to be, it's up to me, we say. This is the original recipe for disaster. No man is an island. And the concept of self-made, that's why I was going on that tangent earlier, right? The concept of self-made is absolutely absurd. It's a belief that knocks the air out of us and causes us to experience a continual letdown in life. Maybe you guys can relate. This demand is suffocating, and it puts a stranglehold on our satisfaction. Don't you want to be satisfied with yourself today? Don't you want to be content? Don't you want a sense of, you know, just being satisfied in and of yourself? That you know that you're enough, that you don't have to prove yourself to nobody else, that you don't have to climb another mountain, you ain't got to swim another ocean, you ain't got to rush into another burning building, you know, you ain't got to be Superman again, you ain't got to don your cape again for today. You know, don't you just want to relax and just be satisfied? Well, not with this demand. See, this demand is suffocating and puts a strong hold on our satisfaction. We are swamped with ideals, not ideas, ideals, the way things must be and the way that they're supposed to be, right? So we're swamped with those things and smothered by intentions that we feel must be met, in order to prove. See, we're in the proving game. We're trying to prove our place in this world. I think I got one more. Yep, got one more. As a result, our results are disheartening because they never appeared to be enough. Remember, I told you your source, it always tells you that's not enough. That's not enough. It's like we're set up to fail and disappoint ourselves before we ever try. You end up saying, I'm an idiot, or I'll never get this right, or I hate myself. What's wrong with me? Or here we go again. Does any of that sound familiar? Because your demands are never met. It feels like you keep coming up short every time you measure yourself. You beat yourself down when you don't live up to your own unforgiving standards. Guys, I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, guys. Again, man, I'm sharing from my heart. I love y'all so much, man. I know I'm not the only one going through this, but I am willing to say I'm going through it. And I am willing to say that I'm getting up each day and I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my best to remain right under with God, that source that we talked about, the source that says I've done everything right. This is something I'm doing. And so I'm inviting you into this lifestyle. I'm inviting you into this reality. I'm inviting you into this way of thinking and being. I'm inviting you into this relationship with him. Right. That's why I created this broadcast on Saturday, to really get it in and allow God to do whatever he wants to do within this moment, within this space, right? And so I pray, guys, that you guys are hearing, not hearing me, but that you're hearing God say to you, bam, right there, come to me. Come to me. This is Matthew 11, by the way. Matthew 11, by the way. He says, come to me. I will give you rest. Guys, if you're looking for rest today for your soul, if you're tired of carrying that load, if you're tired of the obligation overload, if you're tired of being stressed, if you're tired of pulling your hair out, if you're tired of being at your wit's end, guys, there is a God, there is a Jesus, there is a source, there is a Holy Spirit, there is a creator that wants to give you rest. What is the CTA, guys? Seek him. Rest before you rush. How do we do that? Let me give you a very simple game plan, and then we're going to talk about the workbook. Very simple game plan. It's called prayer. Years ago, I wrote a book called The Corridor to Confidence. It's a step-by-step guide. Okay? Step-by-step guide. Because I realized that prayer is the centerpiece. Prayer is the centerpiece to confidence. All confidence. But also confidence in who I am in him and who he is in me, and confidence in my relationship and my communication with him. How do we seek a new source? How do we rest before we rush? We wake up in the morning and we, with intention, we carve out a moment to pause, to rest internally and say, God, take me through this corridor. Take me up through this corridor. See, down here is demand and pressure and work. It's dark, but up here, there's light. Take me through this corridor. Walk me through. Help me see, God. Carry me through. God, here is this day. And I've made it up in my mind that I got to do all these different things in order for me to feel important today. Like this is the conversation. Lord, today I've made it up in my mind. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make that happen. And I'm going to be somebody today because of what I'm going to do. That's what you're actually saying to him. You're praying. You're confessing this. And then once you've gotten that out, you say, okay, God, now, if there's a better way, show it to me. If there's a better way to think about myself, show it to me. If there's a better way to go about my day, show it to me. Talk to me. Let me know what it is. It's a conversation, guys. It's a conversation. There is no right and wrong way to do this. And there is no 10-step plan. There is no secret sauce. There is no mystery. There is no secret that I'm going to let out the box. All it is, man, is getting with your source and actually chopping it up with your source. Like pausing. See, because we live in a rush society, many of us head out for our day, pew, and we don't give our source the time of day. We're giving our system all of our energy, all of our good vibes, all of our work ethic, all of our disciplines, right? We love those words. Ooh, we love those words, man, right? We love them words. But we apply all that energy to something that's going to fail us or something that is failing us. So I just say give all that energy, them good vibes, that discipline, right? Give all of that strategy, structure, give all of that to your time with God and say, okay, I'm tired. This ain't working. I'm at my end. Show me something different. Show me what I am. Talk to me, Lord. Speak to my heart. Show me what I am. Show me what you've already done. Show me why I don't have to continue to grind like this. Ask him. Ask him. We all know it, guys. Questions lead our direction. Excuse me. Questions lead our attention. They redirect our attention, right? What they say, where our focus goes, our energy flows. It all begins with questions. Ask God, why should I love myself without the work that I'm about to try to put in today? Why should I appreciate and value myself without the hard work that I'm planning to put in today? Talk to him, guys. Engage with your God. Engage with your source, right? Have a conversation. A conversation is a dialogue, not a monologue. It's not giving him a to-do list, bless me and open up these doors and expand my territory and all this other stuff that we throw at him. And then we head out for the day. That's time out for that crap. I'm talking about you learning over time to just get it in each day by just simply saying, Lord, I am tired. This isn't working. I'm at my end. Now I've decided that I'm going to do all these things, but if there's a better way, if there's something I don't know, if there's something I don't see, let me know and show it to me. It's a conversation. Maybe that wasn't the answer you were looking for. Maybe you were looking for the 3 steps to success. Maybe you're looking for the game plan. Maybe you were looking for the secret strategy. I know that's the culture we live in, but I'm not that dude. I'm an upstream swimmer, man. I'm not that dude. Why? Because that ain't been my reality. My reality is I've gotten to the place where I am. I'm confident than a mug. I'm strong in the Lord. I'm doing what I do. I come on here with this because I'm getting it in with him. I'm not going to give you no system and I'm not going to give you no phony packaged system, right, that I'm not using when I know that what I am doing is I'm talking to God on a daily basis. I'm getting with God on a daily basis. I'm surrendering my reality to God on a daily basis. I'm saying I didn't make myself. I am not the authority of my life. There is something greater than me, and I am here on a reason. I am here on a purpose. I am here on a mission. I am here on a journey in which I did not design for myself. I did not approve of for myself. He is governing my life. He is leading my life. He is ordering my steps. And I want to know why I should be so confident in me and in him, apart from all the work that I think I need to do. I pray that that makes sense. Let me say what up to a few more people before I get into this workbook. My man JoJo says, I am watching. Thanks, JoJo. Appreciate you, boy. Thanks for joining, man. Cherie says true. Nick says win the day. Absolutely. Nick says I've neglected this for so long now. Hey man, it is never too late, brother. I get it. I get it. I get into patches as well. We it's just part of the culture, man. It's just the way that hey, listen, bro. I get it. I get it. But thank you for being so transparent. Thank you for being so real. My man Nick says get it in every single day. Yes, indeed. Nick says the corridor to confidence. Yes, brother. My man JoJo says rest before you rush. LaWanda says rest. My man Nick says so powerful. My man Nick says peace signs, heart and smiles. Nick says turn a seemingly down note into an up note. Absolutely. Nick says brick by brick. I appreciate y'all, man. JP says that's deep. Even if you dig a ditch by yourself, somebody made the shovel. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, dude. Self-made. Come on, guys. Listen, let me just say one more side note. I got so many side notes this morning, but and I'm just testifying here. Let me put this up because I'm a preacher, so I can keep on closing. Let me put this on the screen so I can just shut up for a minute. Okay, real quick. I got 7 minutes. Let me just share this last thing, guys. The more I am okay with my faults, the more I am okay with my stumbles, the more I am okay with not being perfect, the more I am okay with, stopping and starting, failing, like whatever you want to say, right? The more I'm able to not hold myself to these types of standards. Again, I have to be so careful with what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't have a standard of excellence for your life. I'm not saying don't do things well. I'm not saying don't be professional. I'm not saying don't do things extreme, like to the best of your ability. What we're dealing with here is the internal demands of I can never do enough to be enough. So that's not saying don't handle your business. I'm talking about this idea where I have to do more to be more. Okay. But the more I let go of these demands, dude, the more stress I release, the freer I feel. I still have my days, right? We all do. I still have my days. Where I can get in my feels. I had one this past week, and my wife gave me some wisdom, and she says, yo, maybe God is giving you some things, and maybe those things are for you, and maybe you need to rest, and maybe you need to kind of chill. And I just took a day off. I just took a day off and just gave myself permission to do nothing. I didn't get on Facebook, Instagram. Like I didn't mess with social media. I didn't mess with business. I didn't do nothing. I just gave myself a day off. And don't you know, in that day off of just resting, right? Just resting and letting God just shower me with his presence, just resting in him and knowing that I'm loved, knowing that I'm secure, knowing that I'm blessed in him, knowing that I'm in a relationship with him, knowing that I don't make anything happen anyway, right? Knowing that he's orchestrating far more in the universe than I could ever imagine. Resting in that, I was so replenished, so renewed. I'm back. All it took was a day off to give myself permission to take a day off. So maybe that's another CTA. Take a day off, guys, right? Daily prayer before you head out for your day. EMP, early morning prayer. Pray and get it in. Have a honest, transparent conversation, right? Dialogue, not monologue, with him. Confess the fact that you're tired. Confess the fact that you got it in your mind that you got to do all this stuff to be able to feel like you somebody. Confess all of it. And then listen. Lean in, as we say, and say, now, God, if there's a better way, if there's more to this, if there's a different perspective that you want me to have, then let me see it. Let me know it. Talk to me and wait to listen for his voice. I promise you, it'll be the best time that you've ever had. Yeah, I promise you, it's the best investment that you'll ever make. Lastly, guys, free workbook. Again, I have decided to always talk about this workbook in closing. Why? Because if there was a system, if there was information that I had packaged, if there was something that I wanted to share with the world, it is the fact that the greatest form of self-development, meaning you can develop your way out of deflation, right? It's a daily process. It's a daily decision, but you can develop into this, what we talked about earlier, living that lighter life, right? I'm living a lighter life. How do you do that? By discovering yourself. The more you discover about what you already have, the less you'll be under this pressure, right? To have to do more to earn or to do more to be more, right? So it's this idea that if I discover what's already there, that's going to take me a lifetime to appreciate and to accept and to approve. There is so much wealth inside of you. There is so much giftedness. There is so much talent. There are so many gifts. Oh my goodness, inside of you, ready to unfold, ready to unpack, ready to be discovered, that it will take you a lifetime. I promise you. We trying to level up, dude, level down. Yeah, I know they say level up. I say level down. Get underneath the surface, find out what's already there, find out and really come into I am, see this double camera. I am current, present tense, the possible. I and my possibilities are one and the same. Everything I hope to be tomorrow, I already am today. Why am I able to say that? Because I am discovering and continuing to discover what I already am. And I'm discovering that the thing that I desire to be, I already am. It is this idea that we are simply becoming that which we already are. It is becoming that which we already are. And if you want to walk in that type of confidence, that type of clarity, you want to continue to condition yourself with these types of thoughts and ideas, drop me a hashtag workbook. Hashtag workbook. If you've never downloaded my free self-worth workbook, if you don't have a copy of it, if you've never downloaded it, if you've never utilized it, I want to encourage you to drop me a hashtag workbook. I want to get this into your hands. When I shut down the broadcast, I'm going to look at the comments. Anyone who has given me a hashtag workbook, I'm going to give you guys the link to that workbook. It's a quick download. I promise you, I will not spam you. I will not, send you a gazillion emails. I won't be all in your business. It ain't that type of party. I'm just sending you that free workbook. A few, follow-up emails just to, let you know that I'm supporting you, that I'm with you. But don't be afraid to download the workbook. Don't be afraid that I'm going to start hitting you up with a million emails trying to get you to buy and get. Guys, this is about you. This is about you. Business is business, guys, but this is about you. This is about you. There's a place for authenticity. There's a place for just some genuine, I love you, and This is just a contribution, right? There is a place for that in this world still. Yes, yes. I know. I'm just not like everybody. I'm just not going to be like everybody else. I get it. I get it. Free workbook, guys. Begin to assess yourself, right? This workbook will help you begin to assess, begin to see what's already there. There's this process of assessing what's already there so that you can begin to appreciate what's already there, right? Seeing the value. Then you can begin to accept what's already there. Then you can begin to approve of what's already there. My God, man. If that's the process that you engage on a daily basis, then you won't have time to be deflated. You won't have time to be trying to do nothing outside of you to be something that you already are. So if you don't have that workbook, drop me a hashtag workbook and I will be sure to get that into your hands today. All right. Listen, man, that's it. I am beyond my time, 1 minute beyond my time. I want to thank you guys for rocking with me. Those of you who are live, those of you who are on the replay, guys, you make it all worth it, man. Thank you so much. A few more comments, my man here. Nick says, you got my vote. And I have a funny feeling you might be surprised on how many others are and will be behind you too. Appreciate that, man. That is what's up. Salute to you, Nick, man. See, that's that love, man. That's that vibe, man. You get that vibe out, you get that vibe back. I truly appreciate that, man. Thank you so very much. Nick says, Travail for president. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You guys, man, thank you so much. Nick says, thank you for rocking with me this morning. Listen, man, I appreciate you guys so very much. LaWanda says, rest. Yes, you got to. JoJo says, rest before you rush. Yes, you got to. My man JP says, yes, the corridor to confidence. Mr. What? Mr. I am the possible. Thank you. Nick says, I love it. I love it all. Yes, absolutely. I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Let me get over here to my outro, my intro, my something tro over here. Saturday morning, we've got it in 60 minutes. How did I do it? I don't know. Power of God, the love of God, the energy of God, man, the strength of God to press through this last hour, man. But that's the example that I want to be, right? This was effortless in a way. Obviously I had to do some prep and everything, but this is the model. This is the example that I want to set for people, that when we work out of our worth, it's a joy. It's a pleasure, right? How can I speak for 60 minutes, right? Without a whole lot of scripting. And I definitely ain't got no notes in front of me. That's not a humble brag. That is letting you know that when you align your life with God, when you align your life with your creator, and you allow him to work through you, to allow him to contribute through you, then this thing becomes almost effortless. This thing becomes to be a flow and not a force, right? Your contribution begins to be a flow and not a force, and you become rested. I don't have to get on here and wonder, will anyone watch? Will anyone like it? Will anyone care? Will anyone do anything? My job is to create the space. My job is to scatter my seed. That's it, man. Create the space, scatter these seeds that he gives me. Whatever he tells me to share, I share it. That's my job. He'll do the rest. Even the Bible says, man, we can't worry about how it's going to grow, right? I don't know what you're starting or doing. Again, my last side note, I didn't close a million times, but I don't know what you're up to. Right. But your job is to simply plant, water, and he in season will make it grow. I'm having to live that reality, guys. And so I just want to share that with you and let you guys know that I, too, am waiting on my season. But all I have to do right now, my job is to simply create this space, scatter my seed, and trust that God is working on my behalf. Listen, if you guys found value, drop me a hashtag value live on the replay. Just want to know that I hit home somewhere, that I was on somebody's street, that I gave you guys some value. Last thing, drop me a hashtag value. And if you find it worthy enough, share it. Share it to your timeline. Let somebody know that this is available. I get Facebook doesn't necessarily love shares. So sometimes, we don't want to share it, or we just don't want somebody else's content on our timeline. I totally get it. But if I don't ask, I'll never get it. And then number two, if you don't want to share it, like share it to your timeline, let someone know that it's available. Say, hey, this dude, he comes on Saturday mornings, 7 o'clock. He goes for about an hour. He's going to give you some good information. He's going to make you feel a little better about yourself. He's going to give you some tools. He's going to share some stuff that might help you out. Let somebody know that it's available, guys. You might be the go-between. You might be that bridge. You never know when someone's on the edge of suicide. You never know when someone's on the edge of depression. You never know when someone's ready to give up, guys. And I'm not bragging on me, man. This is just a space, right? This space is created for God to speak through me and speak through you, right? Just like LaWanda was chopping it up. We co-hosting this morning. Me and LaWanda co-hosting this morning, right? Chopping it up, dropping jewels, dropping gems. That's what I created this moment for. That's what I envisioned for this moment to be, for us to create a space together to allow God to flow and do whatever he wants to do. And someone may need something that's shared, guys. So whether you share it to your timeline, that'd be extremely appreciated, or simply let somebody know that it's available. I want to reach who needs this. I want to reach those who need this message. They're out there. I'm one of them, so I know that there's more. I know that I'm not alone, right? So help me out, guys. Give me that help. I would greatly appreciate the help. Let someone know every Saturday at 7, we are getting it in on the So What broadcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, remember, guys, you are what's possible. Peace.